We do apologize for the technical difficulties, but let's catch you up. The race has started. Christian Challoner working lap 2 is in the lead. Got off to a really hot start. Matt Stratford started right there on the front with him, and Matt's chasing. Good race behind. Everybody still looking pretty good. Just one car, Daniel Thompson, with a little trouble. He got off but got back on track. This race started with a very, very deep field today here at Road America. And yes, you are today watching Socks Out Racing here, the iAnalyze NeoTransAm series presented to you by PSP Insurance Services, and you're watching it live on the Global Sim Racing Channel. I am Sean Ambrose. I am, again, I apologize for the technical difficulty. We got up and running, but we are up and running indeed, and Christian Challoner already off to a pretty stiff lead here, already opening up to 3 seconds, but lots of great battles going on throughout the field here early. Everybody kind of stepping in line right now, trying to take care of the car. Looking at Blix now, Eric Blix in the number 89. The Mustang and the Camaro are just a handful here, and really tough getting these cars into braking. You're already seeing the brake rotors light up as they're heading into some of these really, really tight, challenging turns. 14 of them here at Road America. And Sam Harris leading a pack of cars coming up the front straight now. Heading down to the first turn. Too wide. Oh, that was close. Eric Blixt and David Friedman fighting. Marco Mogren back there just watching, waiting for an opportunity to get in. David Friedman holding them off on the inside. Still side by side through the turn. Now Mogren really locked up in that battle. Mogren just trying. Oh, and Mogren's around. Oh, contact with the 46 there, Justin Krutoff. Mogren still sitting there in the sand. Oh, it looks like he's taking the tow. Yes, he has. Mogren in the pit. We're on the replay now. Marco Mogren there, and you see him get turned around and backs right up to the sand. Blix got a piece of him too. Actually, Blix and Harris both off track right now. But Blix is back under power, but they got off for just a second. I think they got together. Missed that while we were looking in on the replay there, but an early casualty there in Marco Mogren, who is now out of the race. Back up front, Challoner still in the lead, open it up to almost 7 seconds now. Matt Stratford doing a pretty good job keeping the distance between him and Sven Kameritz and Tom Ward. Got themselves locked up in a battle right now, so that's the real battle for third and fourth. Trying to catch some draft here. Oh, and the caution is out. Let's try and pick up where that happened. It does look like race control has thrown the flag. Might have had something to do with the incident there between Blix. Still haven't caught exactly what happened, but that could possibly be it. So race control has thrown the yellow. So we've just got a moment here now that the first caution is out. We would, I think we've got just a moment. We'll bring in Brady Groves of iAnalyze Racing and ask him a few questions here about the series and their sponsorship. Brady, welcome in. How you doing today?
Good. How are you guys doing?
Man, we're doing great. Just absolutely wonderful. Got a little bit of a rough start, but man, we're cracking now.
Perfect.
Early caution gives us a chance to talk to you real quick. Glad to have you on board here with Sox Out Racing this season. Opening at this legendary facility where the Trans Am series really all started. Gotta have love and having your name associated with that.
Yeah, I mean, for as long as we've been involved and for as long as you guys have been doing it, we've just been so grateful to be a part of it. Steve and everybody over there does such a great job, and it's really just an honor for us to have our name associated with such a good series and a great track, a great series, and hopefully a good race.
Well, it's definitely going to be a good race. I cut a few laps here myself in the Camaro, and it's pretty challenging in this car.
It's a tough track. Any road course you take one of these big cars on is going to be a challenge, but especially at this track, it's hard to wheel around.
So, for those of our viewers out there who are new to the series, new to iRacing possibly, what should they know about iAnalyze Racing?
iAnalyze Racing is an add-on for iRacing, and it's really for drivers who want to take their craft, if you will, to the next level. It's driver tools, some data analysis, some setup management. It's got voice commands, so when we got to make that 4-tire stop or the 2-tire stop instead of a 4-tire, you don't have to take your hands off the wheel. You can just speak it out. It's got a pit box countdown, so you're never missing your pit box. It's just a lot of little things. It acts almost like a crew chief for a driver at the very basic end, and then it gets as in-depth and as complicated and as in-depth as you need it to be with data analysis. You can compare your laps with other drivers in your session and even other drivers that use iAnalyze. So it's a lot. It's as easy as it needs to be, and it's as complicated as it needs to be, but it'll definitely get you going faster.
Right. So all the tools you need to work on that racecraft. Absolutely. Well, that's and it's a community effort. I mean, as you said, you can work within teams and compare data.
That's right. A subscription to iAnalyze Racing is really a membership into a developers club. All the features we add come directly from our user base. We get people asking, I'd like to be able to do this, or I'd like to be able to do that. And if it's something we think that is going to benefit a lot of our user base, we get to work on it right away. So it's really a community building this product. And one of the things we recently added was a team function. So a team owner can actually add a bunch of drivers to his team, and then they can share data, setup, your brake points, how you're getting through the corner. You can share that with your team, and it's all secure. I think you get 10 gigabytes of space for laps, which is over 2,000 laps. It's just a great way to work within a team and get all the cars running equally and understanding where the faster guys are making up time.
Well, that is great information. Where do we contact you at? Because certainly I want to sign up.
You can find us on Facebook and Twitter. It's at iAnalyze Racing, or you can visit us at www.ianalyze.com. You can go there, get signed up. If you use the promo code GROVES-16, it's GROVES-16, you'll pick up 15% off for all your viewers here today.
Well, hey, thanks a lot for coming in, Brady. Appreciate all the information. I certainly hope everybody else is as interested as I am. We appreciate you also being on board as the sponsor this season. Thanks a lot again for coming in. We're going to get back to the racing as the pace car's going around with the lights off, which means we're getting ready to go.
Perfect, guys. I'm looking forward to a good race. Thank you very much.
All right, and that was Brady Groves from iAnalyze Racing, our race sponsor, and brought my buddy Soup, Bill Zahn, into the booth. Soup, how you doing?
I'm good. I'll be joining you soon. I'm getting my binoculars ready. I'll be right with you, Sean, and we'll help you call this baby.
All right, excellent. Our director in the booth today, Joe Peak. He was going to be on the broadcast with us, but we had some technical issues, and he's moved on up to the director's chair, and I'm going to be with you, and Soup's going to join us here in just a moment, but the lights are out on the pace car. Christian Challoner is your leader. Let me run down as many cars as I can for you here real quick. Challoner in the lead, Matt Stratford in second, Sven Kammeritz in third, Tom Ward fourth, David Friedman fifth, Justin Krudoff sixth, James King seventh, Trevor Vrosky eighth, JJ Rimmer in ninth, and George Gruber sits in 10th currently. Again, we have a pretty deep field, 34 cars still on track. Marco Mogren unfortunately got caught up just before that caution flag and checked out on us. So Marco not with us. Clifton Crockrell sitting in 11th. Daniel Thompson 12th. David Barraclaw 13th. Aaron Bean 14th. Ben Warren 15th. Craig Williams 16th. Eric Blick 17th. Dustin Wardlow 18th. Brian Howard 19th. Bart Workman rounds out the top 20 as the pace car is getting ready to come around turn 14. We're going to cut them loose, head down the long front straight into turn 1. And that's really where you got to get under braking, really slow that car down and get the good entry so you can get it not swing all the way out off to the left over the curb. That's nothing but trouble and a lot of damage. So here we go. The pace car is in. Challoner holding him down. Real slow. Here we go. The green flag is out. Challoner does not break away. He's still slow. Matt Stratford all over Challoner. Going down in a 1. Stratford looking to the inside. Oh, and he backs on. He's on the brake heavy.
Do I have a yellow flag? I guess not.
No, we're green, buddy. Nope. Challoner off to the lead. Side by side, just behind him. Friedman was on the inside and then gets away from it. Friedman was a little squirrely there out of the turn. Stratford still holding down second. Friedman battling with Sven Kammeritz.
Looks like Stratford's going to go ahead and take that third spot. Stratford up in second. Friedman now in
and we got the 10 off. Oh, in the grass. Trevor Vrosky off. Try and catch that real quick on the screen.
Cyander says he was hit from behind there.
Boy, I think it was a bit of net code there. You'll see Vrosky turn, and there was either the car started to break loose on him, or maybe there was a little net code there in the side by side. But Vrosky they asked him to stay off in the grass, let everybody by, but that's going to be a long wait. He is back on track. A little bit of right front damage. Battle for second place is on. Stratford, Friedman going at it. Friedman gets it from him. Stratford's going to fall back to third.
And while all that battling's going on, Challoner is pulled away now. He has a 3.7 second lead. They come across the main straight now.
Challoner got a really slow start that time, though, Soup. Compared to the start of the race, I mean, he broke out like he was out of a cannon at the start of the race, but that one much slower start.
Krudoff making a move, trying to get on the inside of Gruber. Not going to get it done there.
Yeah, Krudoff he's been charging pretty hard early in this race. Now we've only got 16 laps today, so it's a quick one. But Krudoff already trying to make his way to the front.
So they're working lap 7 right now, just about the halfway mark.
Off in the left-hander, just behind the pack. Trying to catch it now here on my replay.
Could it be Dustin Wardlow, I think? Dustin Wardlow and Josh Mertz, I believe.
Yeah, we'll pick it up here. We're on board with Josh Mertz here. Looking from behind. You see him going into the turn there. Got collected. Tough break for them. That's going to drop him pretty far back. And that will bring out the caution. Race control has brought out the caution.
So it'll be about the halfway mark here as this yellow comes out and the race control says sorry about the delay on the caution. The guy who did not want to see that was Christian Challoner, who had a great pace going.
Yeah, he really did. He was off to the races, as they say, Soup. Yeah, let's check the replay out again here real quick. On board now here with Josh Mertz. And just locked him up a little bit going in and lost it and slid off. And collects Dustin Waldrop there, and Wardlow. And tough break for him, obviously. So that's going to be some pretty good damage on that machine. Now the yellow's out, so the pits will be open this time by. Well, I'm sorry. Now they haven't opened them yet. So the next time by, they'll open the pit. Everybody's still making their way around, trying to catch up to the pace car. That's how quickly the field had already spread out on this 4-mile course. Again, it's a deep one today. We've got 34 cars still in this race. Marco Mogren, the only casualty so far. He got caught up just before the first caution flag and is out of the race, but Challoner's still your leader. Stratford had started up there on the front row with him, held on to second for just a bit, but Friedman with a good move, able to get around.
Friedman having a great run, though. He's qualified 9th, up 7 positions into that second spot. Another hard charger, James King, running right now in 6th position, up 4 spots. And we talked about, how about George Gruber, up 10 positions, started 17th. Look what he's done so far through only 7 laps.
Yeah, Gruber is definitely one of those cars that's on the move. But, fastest lap belongs to Challoner so far with a 2:07 Soup. And the next closest lap to that would be, Sven Kameritz and Tom Ward. So they're on pace to maybe hang with Challoner, but they got to get through Friedman and Stratford here on the restart. So I don't think anybody's screaming for tires yet. This is a short race. I think position is going to be everything here, so I'd be surprised if anybody comes down at this point.
No, you just can't afford to give up the track position, especially with a large field like this. You with only another 7 laps to go, you'd be looking at with the field so big, you just can't afford to go back there.
Well, let's run down. Well, no, we're still making our way around, so I don't want to run down because we want to see if who maybe at all tries to duck into the pit lane. So we'll wait. Looking at the rear end here of Scott Johnson's machine, the 07. Looks like Scott had a little bit of contact with somebody. The right rear of that Mustang looking pretty torn up right now. Might be one of those candidates to come in and take a pit as he's sitting back now in 31st spot. Might not be a bad idea. You definitely want that wicker on this thing heading especially down the long straight and trying to get off into turn 1 when you've got to get the car slowed down.
Absolutely, and especially with these long straights here, That's going to make an opportunity, Sean, I would think, for some nice drafting opportunities for these cars. They don't have quite the horsepower that the big boys have, so I think they'd be able to get a nice tow.
Oh, they'll definitely get a good tow. I mean, we're going to see a battle for positions on the last lap off turn 14. You will definitely see that happen today. Again, these last few laps are going to be it's going to be a sprint. Let's face it. We'll get restarted with probably just about 5 to 6 laps to go, and it's going to be a sprint to the finish. In fact, the lights are out on the pace car, so this will be the last trip around. They will go green with 6 laps to go in this race.
Well, even I can do the math on that one. That's 24 miles. My 6th grade sister, Mary Catherine, will be happy that I could do that. As long as we don't have a spelling test, I think I'm going to be okay.
All right, well, let's run down the top 10 for everybody real quick. Christian Challoner, still your leader. David Friedman sits there in second. Matt Stratford in third. Sven Kameritz in fourth. Tom Ward in fifth. James King sixth. George Gruber up to seventh. Justin Krutoff eighth. J.J. Rimmer, good to see him back, in ninth. Clifton Cockrell will restart this race in 10th. Great battle up there again. Still lots of cars on the lead lap. We got a few guys who decided to come in as we might have suspected. Trevor Vavrosky is in. That's your buddy there, Soup, old Vavroom Vavrosky.
Yeah, we see a lot of these guys transferring over. We see Vavrosky in from the We Stand United League. Good to see him here. A lot of these guys do double duty.
Yeah, well, speaking of double duty, Challoner's had a busy weekend because I know he ran in a VLN race, and I don't know what kind of result they had off the top of my head, but certainly been a busy guy. That was a 4-hour race at the Nordschleife in Germany. So jumping over here to America, Road America to be specific, and leading this field, having a little bit better trip around maybe than he was there. But certainly the leader as we get ready to restart this race. Again, these lights are off as they head under the bridge and get ready to restart this sprint. Soup.
Challoner very comfortable out in front of that number 1 machine. Let's see if he gets that run again. Such a long way around here, but Sean, it is refreshing to see yellow flags on a road course. That's something we don't get to call very often in GSRC. It's nice when the series takes the time to put a live marshal out there where they can throw a yellow flag. It really adds to the realism of the event.
Yeah, well, in all fairness to the drivers, they do put in a fair amount of work to get ready for this, and it's nice to have at least a chance to fight for position at the end and make it mean a little bit more when you do have the control of a caution flag to, reset things.
A few other big names in here that I know. I know Cyander. It's nice to see Cyander. Usually I don't see him in such big machines. He's a sports car specialist, I would say. Having a hard time right now.
Yeah, that's one of the great things about this series here at Sox Out Racing. As well, the pace car peeling off here. I'll get back off of that. Challoner actually gets on a quick there, Bill. He is off to a great start. He jumped on a quick, didn't wait for that green flag. Pace car peeled in, and he was off and on it, getting away from Friedman real quick as they head down into turn 1.
Yeah, nice jump, and it's such a long straight here. That start-finish line is so far down there, you have to wait and wait and wait, and he didn't wait that long as he got a nice jump. I look at Friedman back there. He's got some little distance for him before he gets back to Matt Stafford, being Sven's Clement Kamertz looking at third place right now. Has a nice run on Stratford.
Cyander was just taking a look to the inside of Justin Davis. You had mentioned him. That was a battle for 17th place. Trying to just check out a few of these battles throughout the field. Just up in front of them, another battle. Oh, the 99 is off track. Hits the wall hard. That was Aaron Stowe. Yeah, Scott Johnson, I think, checked up behind him, but Stowe having trouble. And that brings out the caution flag again.
Actually, Aaron Bean actually had to almost come to a complete stop to let the car spin around in front of him there in the 32.
Yeah, Stowe, that X-Side battery number 99 took a pretty hard hit on the front end. He'll probably need to bring that in. Several of the drivers on the radio talking about it now, trying to sort it out. Looks like we lost Sam Harris from the race. The 88 is now out. We still have 33 cars on the lead lap.
And as we talk about the beauty of the live marshals throwing the yellow flag, it's a double-edged sword. Not only does it add to the realism, but it also adds to the frustration of everyone as they have to pace around at yellow flag speed. That's not quite as much fun. Especially if you're Kristen Challenger, who has that pace to really just run away with this thing.
Well, Bill, buddy, I appreciate you coming in and hopping on with us for a few minutes.
I got to go over. We have a Lionheart IndyCar series starting up very soon that we'll see you over there too. So go ahead. I'll leave you here to call this one. And then we'll see you in a few moments over at Indy. Try not to take too long on the flight.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Bill. I appreciate it. All right. So we've got a late, again, thanks to Soup for coming on over and giving us a hand as we get restarted here. The yellow is out right now. We've got only 5 laps left on the board. And, well, it's we talked about the sprint to the finish. We're going to get one indeed. That yellow, unfortunately, comes out not even at the completion of one whole lap after getting restarted. But that gives everybody a chance to refocus here real quick. But Challenger, still your leader, Friedman, holding down second. Nothing really changed up in the top 10. Everybody's still in place there. Eric Blixt, who suffered some early troubles, makes his way back up to 13th place right now. So that's not bad for him. Let's see who's moving through the field here. Right now, George, we talked about George Gruber. He is now sitting there comfortably in 7th, all the way up from 17th. Great run so far for him. Bart Workman sitting back there in 15th. He started 24th today. So, Duke certainly picking up positions. He seems to have a handle on his machine, and everybody running the open setup here. So, this is all about, your planning, your strategy, and how much work you put into it, what feels comfortable getting around here. We talked about the horsepower of these cars, how heavy they are, and, not a lot of banking here at Road America. So you've really got to spend a lot of time finessing the car through these turns and getting under braking correctly, watching your shift points, and it's a little bit of work. It's quite a handful, actually, in this Camaro and Mustang, and awful lot of fun as we'll get ready to restart here pretty soon. Do want to thank Brady Groves for coming in and talking with us. Them sponsoring iAnalyze Racing, sponsoring the Sox Out Racing here, and certainly thank them for being on board this season. And I want to thank our race sponsor as well, PSP Insurance Services. Glad to have them on board. Round 1 here at Road America. Certainly been off to an exciting start. Not a lot of carnage. Everybody seems to have a really, really good grip. There's been a lot of practice, a lot of open sessions. I've joined a couple of them, had some fun with the guys, and this has proved to be a pretty solid race so far. Everybody, like I said, seems to have control of it, have a little bit of a handle on it. I wish I'd have done a little bit better, but not quite as good as these racers out here. This is a deep field. Some great names from the iRacing service like Christian Challoner and Sven Kammeritz, Tom Ward, James King, Justin Krudoff. Even some of the guys here towards the back of the field, Carson Albe, we haven't even talked about him. Got off to a slow start, started deep in the field. He's holding down 30th right now. Josh Mertz had trouble early. But right now, this is all about trying to wrap this thing up as quickly as they can. There's not going to be many laps left to get it done when we get restarted. And I believe that will put the lights out on the pace car this time. So when we get restarted, we will have 3 laps to go. And it will be a fight to the finish for sure. Christian Challoner, I talked about him being busy. He was, I believe he was in the 6-hour race yesterday at Sebring in the GGFX. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, that's right. Director helping me out there. He's a part of the team that we saw in the DGFX graphics race yesterday from Sebring, 6 hours, part of the Huskenveld engineering team. I believe that's correct. Out here driving for Blackadder Racing today. But Challoner, again, busy guy this weekend and part of a couple different teams. All right, so the lights are out. We'll get restarted with, as I said, it will be 3 to go. So just over 12 miles to get this race done. And a lot of hungry drivers back there. Really, honestly, everybody is still in this race. Nobody's out of it. All 33 cars left are on the lead lap. It's anybody's race to win at this point. All right, the top 10 real quickly here. Christian Challoner, David Friedman, Matt Stafford, Sven Kammeritz, Tom Ward, James King, George Gruber now up to 7th, Justin Krutoff in 8th, JJ Rimmer 9th, and Clifton Cockrell will restart in 10th. Watch the battle here back there for 10th, because just behind Clifton Cockrell, you'll have Daniel Thompson and David Barraclaw. And those two will be slugging it out just to try and get a top 10 finish. This is the first round. Top 10 will certainly yield a pretty good day for you here, especially in a 33-car field. Now here in the Sox Out Racing League, there is a road versus oval championship. I'm trying to get the data on the championship, but they will compete road versus oval. We have a mix here. We've got a selection of road drivers and oval drivers, and they will battle for that championship. It was the first half of the season, I believe, was won by the road side. And drivers decide which team they want to be on at the start of the season. And, well, the road guys were a little heavy in favor there. And the pace car getting ready to peel off now. It's off. Our eyes are on Challoner. Our leader, he gets off to another slow start. He opts to go the other way this time again. But we are green. Here we go. Challoner is away. David Friedman on the hunt. Matt Stratford hanging with Friedman. The trip down to 1 is going to be important here. Side by side just behind them. I see a lot of smoke. Cars locking them up. Everybody seems to be making the trip through okay, though. I don't have any cars off track. Challoner still in command. Friedman, though, is on it. He's not letting them get away yet. 3 wide just behind them. Battle for 6th place is on. James King and George Gruber, Justin Krudoff back there in a tight battle. Trying to keep a lead, an eye on the leader, Challoner. He's still just about a second here in front of Friedman. Friedman now under pressure. He's got Stratford right behind him. Gruber had just a moment there, made a little bit of contact. I think that might have been with James King there. Cars side by side just behind them. Cars sliding all over the place. Got to get some of that dirt kicked up on the track. It does not help trying to get through the turn. Side by side racing there. Blick still trying to come through the field. Blick's up to 12th. He's got Ben Warren hot on his tail. Blick's breaking deep, closing on Daniel Thompson, Clifton Cockrell, and J.J. Rimmer. That's a battle. David Barraclaw having trouble. Looked like the 360 at Craig Williams had some trouble back there too. Everybody stacking up. Making the trip down the front straight once again. Challoner still in the lead, opening up on Friedman. Friedman, though, sitting pretty comfortable in second. He's got a podium finish locked in if he could just hang on. Take a look at Krutoff. On board with him now. He's got a good seat here, chasing Tom Ward. Krudoff got that car hanging on the ragged edge. Tri-County Truss on board with that Trans Am Camaro. And just a quick note, Trans Am doesn't necessarily refer to the car. Trans-American maybe, possibly. But he is in the Camaro. Good battle going on back there, trying to watch everybody getting through the turn just behind them. Right now, single file, one car off, having a little bit of trouble, but no, just slow. Challoner really starting to open it up, almost 3 seconds now. In command. Friedman having a great drive, though. I'll tell you what, he's charged hard throughout this and been able to make it stick. The battle for third place is in question, though, because Matt Stratford's got a lot of company. He's got Cameritz, Ward, and Krudoff all looking to take out a podium finisher if they can get there. Running out of time. Coming up on this last set of turns here now. Thunder Valley, here we go. Friedman holding it down, but again, just behind him, Matt Stratford has got an angry mob that wants that spot. In fact, Sven is on it, breaking deep now. Gets a nice run through turn 14. Heading up the straight. This is the time to get some tow. Let's see if you can make a move. He's starting to pull him just a bit. He's caught it. On board with Tom Ward. Ward slides it a little bit to the inside. Able to close the gap on Stratford just a little bit, but Stratford doing a good job of playing defense. Only one lap left to go. Tom Ward had a huge bobble coming out of one. That didn't help. Stratford doing all he can to hang on to them for just one more lap. Oh, we've got trouble on the back. Looks like maybe Daniel Thompson, Cyandra. Yeah, and only local cautions at this point. Cyandra got heavy damage. Car is smoking bad. Didn't catch exactly what happened, but we'll stay on the battle. Local cautions only. Race stays green. Challoner still your leader. Oh, we picked it up on the replay here real quick. There's Andra. Oh, contact there with the, was that the 49? Yeah. Let's check that out on board real quick. I think that was actually the 42 at Daniel Thompson, maybe. On board with Cyandra here. Oh, yeah, and that was the 42 starting to go around. He tried to make an evasive move, and ouch. Yeah, that did not end up well for our friend Cyandra. Out just in the closing moments of this race. It was Daniel Thompson that was in front of him there that kind of got loose. Back to the lead of the race. Christian Challoner still holding it down. Friedman in second. Matt Stratford doing a really good job of holding these guys off. I thought maybe they had something for him. They're going to get one last chance here, and that's it. Challoner going to take the white flag this time by. The white flag is out. Who's got to run for third? Anybody got to run here for Matt Stratford? I don't know. He's just caught Carson Abe off course. He's back under power. Let's ride on board with Krutov here real quick. Krutov sitting back there in sixth, trying. He's got a shot to get up there, but this is it. This is his last chance. We are on the final lap of the iAnalyze Racing Socks Out Racing round one here, season 2. Road America. Challoner just been a beast since the green flag dropped. Nobody able to get close to that Ford Mustang today. Oh, even has a little trouble coming out of the turn, a little loose. But the battle for third rages on. Stratford just trying to hold on to it here. He's doing a pretty good job, but just can't seem to get a run on him. Maybe just setting him up for the final straight for turn 14. That'll be the last opportunity. They'll head through Canada Corner one more time, down into Thunder Valley, through the old Bill Mitchell Bend, and then out of 14, they'll come up the front straight. We'll go to Christian Challoner now. He is making his way through 14 now. And it looks to be another day at the office for Christian Challoner. And he will be your winner today in the iAnalyze NeoTransAm series here. Brought to you by PSP Insurance Services. Great win for Christian Challoner. David Friedman going to come across second. Matt Stratford in third. Sven Kammerit's going to hang on to fourth. Ben Warren, we saw him come across the 147. That's 13th place. Great race. Saw a couple of cautions come out. Not timely exactly. It was a total of 3 cautions, I believe it was. But saw a great race and saw Christian Challoner win here in round 1. And we're going to take a quick break, and then we'll be right back and get a couple guys in to talk to them about the race today. Welcome back on the Global Sim Racing Channel. I'm Sean Ambrose. Today we've seen the round one of the iAnalyze NeoTransAm series presented by PSP Insurance Services. A great race had today here at Road America. Saw Christian Challoner be the big winner today. And what a race for him. Really started up there on the pole and finished it. Went flag to flag. David Friedman comes all the way from 9th place to finish second. Matt Stratford in third. Sven Kameritz in fourth. Tom Ward in fifth. Justin Krudoff started 7th. He'll take 6th. James King, 7th place. George Gruber, he was a big mover today. Started 17th, finished 8th. J.J. Rimmer comes up from 14th to finish 9th. Clifton Cockrell, 10th. Eric Blixt comes home in 11th today. David Barraclaw in 12th. Ben Warren in 13th. Craig Williams 14th. Aaron Bean 15th. Bart Workman in 16th. Justin Davis going to finish today 17th. He did start 25th. Brian Howard 18th. Chris Hogan started 31st, actually didn't take qualifying time. He comes home 19th. Daniel Thompson 20th. That does round out the top 20. Let's take it a little deeper here and go Trevor Varosky, 21st. 22nd goes to Dustin Wardlow. I'll get that one right, Dustin. 23rd, Aaron Stowe. 24th, Trip Smith. 25th goes to Josh Mertz. He had some trouble. Our old friend Jeroen Yersum. 26th. 27th got John Jones. 28th to Scott Johnson. 29th, Doc Stout. And 30th goes to Doug Wyatt. And then we'll round out this 35 car field here with last 5. John Medeiros 31st, Cy Andra 32nd, Carson Aube 33rd, 34th going to go to Sam Harris, and 35th going to Marco Mogren. If we've got any drivers that want to come in for a quick interview, we'd love to talk to any of you. Challoner, I was hoping he'd show up for a celebrate with us here. Friedman, Stratford, any of you guys want to come in and talk to us real quick, we'd be happy to shout at you here for just a moment. Wrap up this broadcast. This has been a great start to the second season. Trying to get a driver in now. I'm still on the race server here to try and get someone to come talk to us here real quick. There we go. We got Dustin Wardlow wants to come in and talk to us. All right. There's Dustin. Dustin, you got a copy?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
How you doing, buddy?
Hanging in there. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, this track is a lot of fun, isn't it? Especially in that beast that you were out there driving.
I'm not too comfortable in it yet, but I'm having it's a kick in the pants. It's a good time.
Yeah, it really is. It's quite a handful. Now, listen, you started 22nd, you finished 22nd. You've got to be happy with that.
Well, I would have been happier with something else, but I'm happy to have made my way back up after those, a few incidents.
Yeah, and the timing of those yellows, especially that late one there, setting up the sprint to the finish, that must have been pretty wicked there at the end.
Yeah. Now that was more than I had hoped for after the accident, for sure.
And did you suffer much damage in the accident there? Was the car still handling okay?
Well, I ended up coming in for a pit just in case. I was trying to test it out on the pace lap, but I wasn't certain how it was going to handle under load, and I didn't want to wreck anybody else out, so I came in. And then, fortunately, again, caught that yellow right after I came out because I wasn't caught up to the pack yet.
Well, so looking forward to the next race. How do you feel about your chances heading off there?
Well, I felt pretty good going into this one based on the practice sessions. But I could tell you, these guys are several seconds faster a lap come race day. It's no joke out here. These guys are extremely talented, and they all have really good racecraft too. There's been some accidents and stuff, but a solid group of guys, and they're fast. So my confidence level isn't too high, but I know I'm going to have a lot of fun.
Have you been on Laguna Seca in this car yet?
I have been nowhere with this car other than a practice session last year at Watkins Glen, just for goof's sake.
Okay, well, I'm really interested to see how the the car handles down through the corkscrew there at Laguna Seca next time we're with you. Great race today. Thanks for coming in and chatting with us for a moment. We'll,
Thanks for asking me, Sean. You guys are always good at this broadcast and stuff. I appreciate it.
Thank you, sir. We appreciate that, and we will see you down the road. Thank you.
Thanks.
All right, that was Dustin Wardrow, driver of the number 31, and we're going to pick up David Friedman real quick and talk to him, bring him down. David, how you doing? You got a copy?
Yes, sir, I do.
Quite a busy race out there today for just 16 laps.
Yeah, for sure. Not a great qualifying starting 9th, but working the way through the pack, there's a lot of commotion even up in the top 5, 2, 3 wide sometimes. The restarts were especially interesting with the hill. Hard to see where and when you're supposed to go.
Yeah, and was it hard figuring out what Challoner wanted to do there?
It was okay when we knew he was going to go on green, but I think it was the 3rd restart. He went on right after the pace car, and we were kind of caught in our tracks, and that kind of bunched everybody up and made it really interesting. So, but even if I was with him during the restart, I couldn't catch him in the race. He's ridiculous.
Yeah, he is pretty fast, but you got to be happy to start this first round off with a second place finish. Again, you talked about having to come up through the field starting in 9th. Certainly not easy to come up through the field in a 16-lap race. This format, really just a sprint. It obviously it worked out for you. What do you think about Laguna Seca? Have you been there yet in the car?
I've been to Laguna Seca, but not in this car. It's going to be very tight, very interesting. Lots of downforce, hopefully. I'll take a second this week though. For my first race, it was a lot of fun, and I want to thank everybody who made it happen because I had a lot of fun.
Well, and I'd heard you mention that on the server that you'd hoped you could make as many of these as you could, and we certainly we can't wait to see you back on the track, sir.
Thank you very much. Thanks, everybody.
All right, and that was David Friedman, our second place finisher today, and David had a great run and had a lot of work to do to get there, and he's got to be happy with that finish. Again, your top 3, Christian Challoner, David Friedman, and Matt Stratford are on the podium today. But that is going to wrap things up for us today in the iAnalyze Racing race here at Road America, brought to you by PSP Insurance Services. We certainly want to thank them. We want to thank the organizers, Stephen Burbridge, all the work he does behind the scenes, him and Nash Hendry there in race control during the race. We want to give shout out to the thanks to the software and hardware that we use for our broadcast. You can see listed on your screen now. We'll get those graphics up in just a second here. Additional thanks to our musical contributors, Eric Ekholm and Casey Lalonde, whose music you can also find at the websites listed. Thanks to the team today, Joe back there in the director's chair, Soup for coming on in, the great Dougie Beard for bringing the amazing camera angles to you today. If you'd like to find out more about the Global Sim Racing Channel, you can find it at globalsimracingchannel.com, along with archived races and upcoming broadcasts. We're on Twitter at GSR Channel and Facebook at Global Sim Racing Channel. Next race coming at you from Laguna Seca, Sunday, July 31st, 2:45 Eastern Standard Time, sponsored by the Besita Bar and Grill, sponsor there on Christian Challoner's car. We also have upcoming races for you for other series on screen, so check those out and mark them down on your calendar. Until next time, race clean, race hard, and I'll see you on the track.